His earnings shrank. His earnings shrank. Their earnings are in proportion to their skill. Their earnings are in proportion to their skill. He lives off his earnings as an artist. He lives off his earnings as an artist. It was difficult to live on his meager earnings. It was difficult to live on his meager earnings. Our earnings are in proportion to our real ability. Our earnings are in proportion to our real ability. The insurance company guarantees both earnings and principal. The insurance company guarantees both earnings and principal. Earnings are coming in overwhelmingly above expectations. Earnings are coming in overwhelmingly above expectations. The gender earnings ratio varies by occupation. The gender earnings ratio varies by occupation. Almost 140 companies reported earnings during the week. Almost 140 companies reported earnings during the week. It currently trades hands at 48 times earnings. It currently trades hands at 48 times earnings. Earnings and revenue fell below industry analyst expectations. Earnings and revenue fell below industry analyst expectations. The outcome is increased business and increased earnings. The outcome is increased business and increased earnings. The big question is whether earnings growth can continue. The big question is whether earnings growth can continue. Their earnings are also 20% higher. Their earnings are also 20% higher. That amount is calculated based upon your earnings. That amount is calculated based upon your earnings. Their earnings together were barely enough for rent. Their earnings together were barely enough for rent.